करके कुछ समाज सफल किया है. We are fortunate and blessed to be able to participate and do seva on this day. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome the wife of Ambassador to India, to UAE, a very charming, beautiful lady, a great personality in her own right, Mrs. Vandana Sudhir. Thank you, ma'am, for sparing your time and especially coming all the way from Abu Dhabi for this occasion. अबू धाबी की संगत में भी जी आए कहते हैं जो सारे मिलके इतने आए और एक स्पेशल कोच करके made the way here. We are very grateful और बहुत धन्यवाद दादा. इसी तरह सहयोग बनाए रखना है और ऐसे सब मिल के प्यार मोहब्बत ना इस गुरुद्वारे और अपनी संगत को नाल चलाना है. So at the Gurdwara, we believe we can contribute to make a positive difference to women. Today's program is a celebration of womanhood, women empowerment, and a tribute to women of Sikh history. In line with this, we invite women across UAE to come together and pray for the well-being of all mankind and pray for world peace. We also cook langar and distribute langar, and we involve all the sevas of the Gurdwara from Prakash at 4 AM to Sukhasan at 9 PM. इस सारी सेवा सिर्फ बीबियां करती हैं और इस बारी आई नो मैंने बड़े लोगों ने किया है कि सिर्फ साल में एक बार क्यों असी बैठ सकते हैं और भी टाइम होना चाहिए. तो उनका जवाब इको ही है कि तुसी सारे आके सेवा करो, कोऑपरेट करो, हेल्प करो तो ज़रूर होएगा. लेकिन फिलहाल बड़ी मेहनत का कम है जो तुसी देख सकते हो इकट्ठे. Women empowerment is the cornerstone of Sikh belief. This event is a humble attempt towards celebrating women. I would like to especially highlight about the women who are an inspiration from Sikh history. Today, like every year, we have one such woman. Her name is Mata Bhag Kaur. जो तुसी देखिया होना तुहानू सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ बैच दे रहे सी जदों आना सी. That is the way, the reason, as I said earlier also, is कि because साडी सिख हिस्ट्री ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਮਾਤਾਵਾਂ ਪੈਣਾ ਹੈ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੈਕਰੀਫਾਈਸਿਸ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਜੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ. ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਕਤ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਦੱਸਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ. So, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਗਰਤ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਹੈ. We have to keep it alive. We have to know what we are worth and we should understand and appreciate. Once we appreciate that, we can pass it on and walk with our head high. So, let's talk more about Mata Bhag Kaur ji. I don't know कितने तुसी जानते हो Mata Bhag Kaur के बारे में. Can you tell me how many people know about her? I expected you, of course. Anybody else knows a lot about Mata Bhag Kaur? नहीं. Satnam ji, okay. So, Mata Bhag Kaur, more famously known as Mai Bhago, जो तुसी देखोगे उस दिल पे Mai Bhago लिखा हुआ है. She was the first ever woman in Sikh history to fight in a war. She was an exceptionally skilled warrior on the battlefield and is revered as a warrior saint in Sikhism. She is even considered as a Jaune d'Arc, Sikh Jaune d'Arc. She was born in 1666 in Chabal Kala in India. Chabal Kala, Mai Bhago ji was brought up in a Sikh family with religious beliefs and values. She lived with 4 other family members, her grandfather, her father, and her 2 brothers, Dilbag Singh and Bhag Singh. Her father, Malu Shah, was enrolled in the army of Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji during that time, and her mother was known to have passed away when she was very young. So you can imagine she was always brought up with all men, and that's why she has all these traits. Her grandfather, Bhai Pero Shah, was the younger brother of the famous chief of 84 villages. As a child, her dad often took her to the Gurdwara and taught her how to use weapons due to his military background. When she grew older, Mai Bhago ji married Nidhan Singh, who was from an old city in Punjab called Patna. Mai Bhago ji's passion for fighting began in childhood when she often spent lots of time with her father, who taught her horse riding, sword fighting, and other forms of combat. During her adulthood, the Mughals, who were a large empire that ruled most of India and Pakistan at that time, demanded that Sikh villagers must evacuate their village in order upset when she got to know that the 46 Charlie Mukte Jinanu Kanyasi were deserting Guru Gobind Singh Ji during the war. She convinced them that they were doing wrong and eventually persuaded this group to apologize to Guru Gobind Singh Ji and join the army back, which is absolutely amazing to convince that to men in those years where you know what role men had and what role women had. So this shows her devotion to Sikhism. During the war that was broken out between Mughals and Sikhs, Mai Bhagoji set out in this war and fought with other men, eventually forced the opponents to retreat. When Guru Gobind Singh Ji visited the battlefield, every one of his soldiers was dead. All 40 of the Sikhs who came to redeem themselves died as well, as Mai Bhago's brothers, husband, and some sources even say that her children were martyred there too. So the only person left was a female, and she was Mai Bhagoji. After the war, Mai Bhagoji was badly injured, but later returned to the Guru to protect him as his bodyguard. After Guru Gobind Singh Ji passed away in Nanded, she moved further down to Janwada, 11 kilometers from Bidar in Karnataka, India, where she practiced meditation until her death. Her hut in Janwada was converted into a place of worship and learning called Gurdwara Tap Asthan Mai Bhago. At Nanded too, a hall within the compound of Takht Sachkhand Hazur Sahib, marking the site of a former residence, is known as Bunga Mai Bhago. Her death did not inhibit her legacy. As mentioned previously, she is the first woman in Sikh history to fight in war. She fought for justice and freedom, which reminds me that today's color for the women that we are celebrating is purple. Purple being also equality, justice, and spirituality. So today, this year, 2023 has been dedicated to women, but the color being purple, which is why some of us are wearing, and Babaji is wearing purple. So he is also protecting us, and he is also acknowledging this. Okay, so her story is a very inspiring one for many young Sikh girls. Numerous colleges, professional schools, and teams have been named after her in India, such as Mai Bhago Armed Forces Preparatory School. In fact, there's even an armed forces named after her. Moreover, she became a bodyguard of the 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji. To this day, her accomplishments continue to be recognized all over the world. Mai Bhagoji is a prime example of fighting for what you believe is right and not depending on others to fight for you. As we say in the Gurbani, Apan Hathi Apna Ape Hi Kaj Savarna. So, aisi Mai Bhagoji di Sanket Vich Yona di Jeevani. Now, I would request our great Mrs. Vandana Sudhir ji. But before I call it on the stage, on this dais, I would like to say a little bit more about her. A lady, but I have no words for her. She is so multi-talented, multifaceted. Mrs. Vandana Sudhir, besides being the wife of Ms. Sanjay Sudhir, she has been an educator and worked with international schools across the world. She is a self-taught artist, and I have seen some of her paintings. They're absolutely brilliant. She is also the president of the Spouses of Ambassadors in the UAE. She is currently engaged in promoting cultural and social interchange between the members of the diverse group that she presided upon and the UAE society. She is passionate about learning, meeting people, and creating opportunities for others to grow. She also supports charitable causes and has been featured in Vogue for the multifaceted role she has been playing as an ambassador of India. So without further ado, because I know she's going to talk about the celebrating womanhood and about women, so that's why I just restricted myself to Mai Bhago, because how she speaks and what she says is just amazing. And you're really, really lucky to be able to hear her today. So without further ado, I'd like to invite our Mrs. Vandana Sudhir, please, if you could come to the podium. We would first like to honor her with a Sirapav. the flower herself. Okay. And there is one little token from the Gurdwara. Just the appreciation of what you do always.
Thank you.
Please.
उन्होंने इन्ना मौका दिता सानू सुनन दा सुखमनी साहब सब दी मिठी आवाज़ अलग आवाज़ सीगा अज ता बाबा जी का लख लख शुकराना गुरु नानक गुरुद्वारे इत्थे आके भी सब का शुकराना आन का इत्थे मौका मिला और अज सिक्खी दिवस की तुहानू सबनों लख लख बधाइयां और very happy International Women's Day to all of you. Women's Day is a reason to come together and discuss issues that confront women collectively and explore new pathways for a better future for women. I am grateful that this Gurudwara for the second time in a year has provided me a platform to come back and speak and share my thoughts with all of you. I really appreciate the zeal of Mrs. Bubbles Kandhari to organize this event year after year with so much fervor and enthusiasm. We all wait anticipatedly for this event and I can see the beautiful decorations, all the organization, all the painstaking effort that has gone into making this day beautiful, and as they've rightly said, purple being the color of justice, of equality, we hope and aspire to achieve that. तो मैनू आज आज्ञा दी गई है कि मैं अपने विचार तुहाडे सामने रखा व्यक्त करा गुरुद्वारे में हाजिरी लगाने वास्ते तैयार हाँ लेकिन मैं थोड़ा जा लंबा बोलांगी अपनी गल तुहाडे तक पहुंचाने वास्ते उहदे वास्ते मैं क्षमा चाहती हूँ that's my style but please bear with me. But last year I spoke on being more expressive, being more communicative with each other and with our loved ones around us. We women are facing the current challenges of natural disasters, as you all know, conflicts, big ones, and climate change. We are constantly adapting ourselves to these challenges. We are reshaping and rebuilding lives, not just our own, but also those around us. We become the change makers. And in process, we also take a lot on ourselves. In the fast changing environment of the UAE, the time to focus on us is now and today. I want to highlight what this changing environment is all about, how we should leverage it, and why our role, the role of women, is significant in this environment. UAE के बदलते हुए environment की तरफ मैं थोड़ा ध्यान आकर्षित कर रही हूँ कि क्यों है इतना important है इस बारे में थोड़ा जा दसना चाहूँगी. My talk to you today is not entirely about women and their rights because this is exactly what the UAE while you are here is providing us with a platform for. So many of you are aware that the UAE government is taking bold steps towards digitalization and innovation. How many of you also know that the UAE government has created entities like Hub 71 and G42? To tell you a little bit about this, these are sustainable global tech ecosystems at the cutting edge of innovation. What does all this mean? It means that Hub 71 and G42 encourage startups and give incentives for innovation. Whom are they looking at? People who have bold ideas, people who have diverse backgrounds, and they will empower them without bias of gender, race, and equality, and nationality. Sorry. The second opportunity I'm going to talk about today is in terms of sustainability, and this is also one of the themes this year. The shift of both our governments, India and the UAE, is towards sustainability. This offers new opportunities for several alternate careers and economic growth, which we women should explore and embrace. The trends of sustainability are led by visionary leadership here of Sheikh Zayed on the energy transition, and we are moving from fossil fuels to renewables. So I would like to draw your attention to the fact that oil and gas, which have been traditionally a male-dominated sector for businesses and entire commerce industry, will give way to renewable energy, which is going to be a domain of all people, not just men. This is going to provide many opportunities for us women. The fact that UAE is hosting COP28 later this year and has already been labeled as COP for Action underlines this trust. What is there in it for us women? We women are innately inclined towards caring for our environment and making the world a better place, health-wise, environment-wise, and we are proactive on this in our personal lives. Now, with sustainability as the goal of the government, and I've been thinking about these issues, so I really want to extend this a little bit. We women can start thinking of alternate careers because opportunities are growing. I met this phenomenal lady yesterday who is an architect in Michigan, USA. She was a young woman when she started her career. Her passion was to build spaces that were energy efficient, and this was about 20 years ago. When I got talking, I found that when she arrived to figure out what she was going to do in her life with her architecture degree, she saw most buildings in the US were old and they consumed a lot of energy. She was very passionate about environment, so she started to adapt slowly these buildings to become energy efficient. In the process, she continued with her passion, and today she has a thriving career while also following what her heart wanted to do. I feel that when we extend our personal values and passion to build careers in sustainable areas, we will be more satisfied and more successful. We will be a part of the larger decision-making process. We will have a voice and we will proactively contribute to sustainability. So how do we do it all? First, we must leverage the opportunities offered to us by these upcoming chances, these options. Even if it means we must start from the bottom of the learning curve and start all over. We must learn to code, learn to play around, maybe with software to begin with, play around with our creative ideas, be the risk takers and innovators that this country encourages us to be. These hubs that I'm talking about, they encourage startups, new professions which are more gender neutral. As women, we must be open-minded to learn and develop skills in the technology sector. As a student of psychology and language, I feel if we develop our critical thinking skills, intellectual intellectual curiosity, communicability, and one more thing, emotional intelligence. We really benefit from these new age careers. We just have to orient ourselves towards maths and relevance of applications that come with it. Therefore, we must focus on building new skill sets. Now for this we need to examine one more thing. And what is that? The self-limiting beliefs that we hold on to that hold us back from achieving our full potential. In relation to this, I feel that this is the right time for all of us to grow out of any mold that holds us back. It is also important that this change in technology, that we remember that this change in technology is disruptive. It is happening at a fast pace. The good thing is that we have equal opportunities to grow here as individuals in the UAE. Therefore, we must shift our skill set and use digital transformation. And I think whatever our field, we need to push ourselves a little more. Research has proved that until the age of 18, women are more creative in computer skills than men. As they grow older, they give up furthering their skills in tech fields. So why do we develop cold feet when it comes to coding, innovation or hardcore technology? We must think hard about ideas that hold us back today from a thriving future, a future of fulfilling our dreams, sustaining careers or achieving our dreams, and how we should go about meeting these dreams in the current scenario when the government here is providing us an equal platform of digital transformation. What is yet to come in the next few years is going to baffle us. But now it is time to act, not react. So we must make good use of opportunities that are available to us here. What is happening around us in these fields of digitization and innovation is impacting us and improving our lifestyle. We are getting more and more comfortable, but will it really ensure gender equality unless we do something about it collectively? So that's the third thing I want to talk about, and the last. We should think of supporting and empowering other women around us, networking with them, sharing experiences as we are doing here now, and spreading inspiration. The question we should ask ourselves is how we should extend ourselves to make value addition to the lives of those around us and in the community. See, once we have steady jobs, life events will continue to take place, but this time we need to be there for other women, standing up for our sisters and standing up with them and networking more to stay connected. That will sustain our efforts to harness the most as a collective. We will be the most productive and creative if we work together. So the time is right to use opportunities to show that we care for each other. It is about helping others, enabling them and empowering others. I was at a few women-centric summits recently, but I found, to my dismay, no women in UAE of Indian origin who are speaking about their struggles. There was no one to represent us about our work, about our accomplishments, and the amazing work that Indian women are doing here. So please, my request is to network with each other. Please show solidarity. Please spread cheer and be a source of inspiration to others. So to sum it all up, using the emerging opportunities in the UAE, women, we must acquire new skill sets, expand them, and also expand ourselves to extend the circle of friendships, supporting other women like us. These are the thoughts I want to leave you with. These are some of the important issues that should matter to us today. Thank you.
Much of talk. It was really very interesting, and the talk of today, the topic that's going on about digitalization. I'd like to inform here that we have a session of pranayam and meditation by Kavaldeep Wadhwa, 3:30 to 4 p.m. in the museum downstairs, basement 1. So all the ladies who are interested in doing pranayams or doing meditation, please go down to basement 1. It is Kavaldeep will be waiting for you for pranayam and meditation. And the other thing I'd like to bring to your notice, being Women's Day, so we are trying to keep everything that is connected with the women. And one very important woman, I'd like to request you to please sit here for 2 minutes. A very important thing, that is, there's a lady here, Aarti, who's very bold and brave enough to come and talk. She's a cancer warrior, and she's come here and she would like to share with you things, how you have to go about it and how you have to be so brave and handle things, because knowing how women can be very strong, we have to prove to ourselves that we are strong, and we have to be positive to keep going. And then miracles also happen when you have faith. So I would like Aarti to just a very brief talk about how she went through and what she would want other people to know about cancer.